want to direct the jury's attention to what, if anything, of significance you observe in that photograph.
A clear piece of plastic.
Now, with respect to this clear piece of plastic, what, if anything, did you observe or did you note of significance as far as the surface of that particular piece of clear plastic?
I noticed that it's curvature in shape, and there are raised dimples, for lack of a better term, that were along the outside of this piece of plastic, or on one side of it.
Lieutenant, from the two items that you have before you in your hand, you had met reference to one of those clear pieces having some sort of stippling or raised surfaces on it. Is that correct?
Yes.
And if you could just with your finger or just in some way delineate to the jury where you observe that to be.
So you can see it as you look through it. You can see almost bubbling of it. And as you run your finger along, you can feel indentations along there, as well as the ridges that are along the top end here.
You indicated that you took photographs of the items that were recovered on that initial search, and you took those photographs in place where they were found, correct?
Yes.
You took an establishing shot, then a closer shot, and then I think even a third close-up shot, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so yesterday when we saw the photographs that you testified to, there was one piece of clear plastic that was photographed, right?
Two.
Didn't the photograph have one sort of arc-shaped clear piece of plastic that you described as having did you say dimples or stippling?
Yes, I think I said dimples.
Okay. What was the second photo?
The next photo that was displayed was the second piece of clear plastic taillight. Are raised dimples, for lack of a better term, that were along the outside of this piece of plastic, or on one side of it.
Now, Ms. Gilman, if I could have, lastly, from this group, Exhibit 131. And again, Lieutenant, do you recognize what's up on the screen as Exhibit 131?
Yes.
What do you recognize that?
That is a photograph that I took at 34 Fairview that depicts a red piece of plastic.
Okay. But yesterday you testified that you found 3 pieces of plastic, and in your report, you reported that you found 3 pieces of plastic, correct?
I didn't number the piece of plastic, if I recall my report correctly. I said we found clear plastic. And as I displayed out of the bag, there was 2 pieces of clear plastic that we...
But there was only a photograph of 1.
No, there wasn't.
And your report says 3 total pieces of plastic, doesn't it?
No.
The report that you wrote documenting the search that was conducted, we've testified to in front of this jury.
Yes.
What's the date of that report?
February 10th, 2021, which was a typo, should be February 2022.
Okay, so February 10th, 2022 was the date that you memorialized the information about the search, correct?
Yes.
Well, actually, the sentence before that, sentence just above that, starting with a few feet south.
Yes.
It reads, a few feet south from the sneaker, a piece of clear plastic.
That's not what it says. Would you like me to read it?
Oh, I'm reading it. Sure, read it.
Okay. The sentence is, several feet south of the clear plastic.
Lieutenant Tully.
Sorry.
Sentence above that. Before that.
A few feet south of the sneaker, a piece of clear plastic consistent with clear lens of a motor vehicle was located.
Right. So in your lexicon, a piece means singular, does it not?
Yes.
If you meant pieces, you would have written pieces. You're educated, correct?
Allegedly.
So clearly, from this report that was memorialized on February 10th, you indicated that a piece of clear plastic was located consistent with clear lens from a motor vehicle, right?
That's what it says.
Okay. Then, well, it's not just what it says, it's what you wrote.
Correct.
Correct. Then the next sentence, which is the sentence you were about to read, go ahead and read that for me as well.
Several feet south of the clear plastic, a second piece of red plastic was located.
Okay. Simple math. According to your report on February 10th, a piece of red plastic was found first. Then a piece of clear plastic was found. Then a piece of red plastic was found thereafter, correct? According to that report.
Yes.
Then you go on in the following paragraph to reiterate just to clear up any doubt about what was found, and the last sentence reads, the sneaker and 3 pieces of plastic were secured as evidence, correct?
Objection.
Steve, overruled, I don't know. What's the objection?
Form.
No, I'll allow it.
Is that what it says?
Yes.
Okay. Those are the bags that you opened yesterday, correct?
Yes.
You indicated yesterday in front of the jury, you didn't indicate, you pulled out 2 pieces of clear plastic, did you not?
I did.
Okay. So in total, Lieutenant Tully, how many pieces of red plastic are in that evidence bag?
As we sit here today, there are 3.
Thank you. Look inside and tell us what you see.
Inside 571, there are 2 pieces of clear plastic.
There's 5 pieces of plastic. 3 red, 2 clear, correct?
As we sit here today, yes.
My question, Lieutenant Tully, is where did the other pieces of plastic come from?
Be more specific? Which pieces?
Lieutenant, this isn't a trick question. I'm not asking you to assume anything. You were there, and you recovered the pieces. And you described recovering 3 items of evidence, correct?
No.
Didn't you just read in your report? I'll read it again, last sentence. The sneaker and 3 pieces of plastic were secured as evidence.
That's 4. That's 4.
Sorry, I said items of evidence. Items of plastic. Let's leave the sneaker out of our discussion for the time being.
Okay.
Okay. You were the one that conducted the search, correct?
The search team conducted the search. I was present.
You analyzed the search.
Yes.
You were there photographing the things that were covered in the search,
Yes.
and ultimately you were responsible for bagging those items up, correct?
Yes.
There are 5 items in that bag, or in those 2 bags, right? Just the plastic.
Correct.
And yet your report very clearly says there were 3 items of plastic evidence recovered at the scene, correct?
Yes.
So my question, once again, is where did the extra 2 items come from?
Proctor. 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 Proctor.
Proctor.
Proctor. Proctor. Proctor. Proctor. Proctor.